Hi, I'm Hazel. It is almost Saturday, so it's time for a new vlog. This week, we kill heroic kil'jaeden. That guy is dead. We killed him last night. Last night was our raid night, and that was all we had to do. We had cleared up until that point on Wednesday, so last night we went in there, you know, we got all our Vanis runes out. We got all our equipment sets squared away, you know, everybody put on both legendaries, because, you know, I don't know what kind of player would accidentally only wear one legendary in the Fallen Avatar kill, but that's a very silly thing to do. I don't know who would do that. So we all got in there and we focused up and, you know, we smashed our heads against it for about 2 hours and 10 minutes and then it was good. We're done. So now that I'm at the end of Heroic Tomb, which is the end of progression for me, I'm not a Mythic Raider and I don't really have any desire to be. I feel like looking back on Tomb, it was a really cool raid. You know, you can compare it to a number of other raids. I think it was my favorite raid of Legion so far. And I can't really put my finger on why I liked it more, but I don't feel like this impending sense of dread for being on Tomb Farm for a while like I have with past tiers. So yeah, it was a great raid. I'm on the other end of it now, and hopefully we can get down to a one-night clear and start looking towards the future. And off in the future, we have the next raid, which is coming in 7.3, not on 7.3 launch, of course, but probably about some amount of time into it. And that's going to be Antorus the Burning Throne. And speaking of Antorus the Burning Throne, I have been doing lots of PTR testing. Every time they throw up some heroic bosses or normal bosses on the PTR for testing, I've been making sure to get in there, do my best to find a group, do my best to test the bosses. So that's kind of part of why videos have been like a little bit shaken up this week, is typically those are in the afternoons and those take up a lot of what's normally my editing time. But yeah, I've been doing my best to get in there and see as many mechanics as I can and try and get as much footage as I can. And so far from what I've seen, I won't spoil anything, but this is a real cool raid. This is a really cool raid. There are some really unique and imaginative fights, and I'm really excited to get in there. I know it's not gonna be for a while, and that's fine. I'm not ready for it yet, but oh my gosh, it's gonna be cool. This is my first time actually going and testing bosses on the PTR, and it's been kind of fun to see all the different things that go on. Like the boss's health will change like mid-pull as they like edit it. There was a point where they changed where the boss spawned so that he started spawning like on where we were standing, and we wiped a couple times because people would be running back and it would just spawn on me and start punching me. And then yesterday, I was actually lucky enough to get into a group with a European guild, very friendly people. I got in their Discord, it was a good time. And we were testing the two bosses that were up for heroic testing yesterday. And on one hand, these look like really cool bosses, but on the other hand, because PTR, I guess, about 10 seconds into the fight without fail, the frame rate, almost everybody's frame rate would drop to like 5. And we weren't able to find a workaround for that. We messed with everything we could think of to mess with, and we could not get a frame rate that was not stop motion for this fight, but we still wanted to test it, so everybody's just going through trying to play the game with just like flashcard style graphics. It was a surprisingly good time, and I cannot wait to see those bosses at a higher frame rate. They're gonna be up for normal testing over the weekend, so hopefully they've sorted out that issue by then. It was affecting enough people that I don't think it's specific to my rig, but we'll see. Speaking of the PTR, there is an overwhelming amount of content of the PTR. There is so much stuff, like the collectibles and the pets, like the pet thing. Let me tell you. So they're adding a new set of like Tanan jungle style, sort of Tiny Terror style single pet bosses. I don't remember the exact number of those. It's more than 10 and it's less than 20. It's somewhere in that range. So they're adding those all across Argus. And they're also adding a family fighter achievement, which is basically family familiar, but for these new bosses. But because you can fight any one of them at any given time, you don't have to wait for them to be up with like a world quest. And because you can fight them multiple times if you want, they've said that you're not going to be locked out of fighting it once you've beaten it once in a day. If you really want to, you can get day one family fighter. You just got to go out there and do like 120, 150. I don't remember the exact number, but it's a lot of pet battles. But yeah, I haven't had a chance to really dig into those yet, but I'm definitely going to, and I'm going to try and have at least basic guides up for all of them before the patch launches. And then I'm going to do my best to have family fighter guides for those. I haven't forgotten about family familiar. I'm still kind of pecking away at it. It's just, it keeps getting like bumped off the list of things to do for the day by other stuff, so I need to work on making that a higher priority. On the topic of new pets, Blizzard kind of sneak dropped a new store pet and store mount last night. So the pet's $10, the mount is 25, or you can get the bundle of them for 30 and save $5. So that is Twilight, and then the Luminous Starseeker, I think the mount is called. I should know, I bought it. I'm working on a really short, super quick video to put out probably this afternoon, hopefully before the stream. I'm just going over Twilight's moves and stats and like how it does in battle. But it's a really cute pet. I know a lot of people are going to have varying opinions on shop pets and shop mounts, but I do think that is a little bit less restrictive now that we have the WoW token in place. If you are a completely free-to-play player, and you don't want to spend money on the pet, but you really want the new Twilight cat pet, you can go out there and scrape up the gold to buy yourself a WoW token, and then that WoW token is going to be able to get you the pet. So at least there's a workaround now for if you don't want to spend actual money. So that's that. The first baking stream of the month is going to be tomorrow. I'm going to try a weekend one. I'm not sure how it's going to go, but we'll never know until we try it. So tomorrow, Saturday morning, 10 a.m. Pacific time, and we're going to be making cake pops. I'm hoping that it's cool enough in the morning and that we can get done in time to have all the heat stuff done by the afternoon. Because here in like the Portland-ish area, we've been having one heck of a heat wave. Yesterday, it got up to around, like here specifically, around 110 degrees Fahrenheit, which for Celsius-speaking people is like 43. Anywhere over 40 degrees Celsius is too much. It's not okay. But thankfully, we have air conditioning, so we've just been, doing all the outside stuff in the morning, and then I just hide inside by my AC all day. And that's been working out good so far. So, questions for this week. John asks, are any of the Cuticlism pets actually good for PvE? So I've taken a medium-sized glance over them and their movesets. The only one that really stuck out to me at first for PvE specifically, Tinytron has 2 different shields he can activate. It's like a flame shield and a lightning shield, but what those do is they deal damage to your attacker on hit. So against any pet tamer that's using a lot of swarm attacks. Rather than just doing the old-fashioned stone skin and mash him down, if you want to kill it really quickly, you could go ahead and throw up both of these shields, and it's probably good. I haven't tried it yet. Theoretically, that should kill a pet really quickly if it's using lots of multi-hit attacks. So that might be good, but other than that, nothing really jumped out at me as being, like, meta-changing, but there's going to be plenty of things that are useful that you can slot into your rotations or that you can use as extras for, like, pet bubble dungeons and stuff. Heckanaz asks, I don't quite play WoW anymore, but I saw a Corpse Grinder's Horde tattoo, and I was wondering if now is a good time to start playing again. I had no idea what you were talking about, but I went and googled Corpse Grinder, and I saw the tattoo. It's not a new tattoo, which makes your question a little bit funny, because you could have seen that like years ago when you first got it, and that's the same thing. But just generally speaking, is it a good time to come back to WoW again? There's no lack of stuff to do. We are definitely not in a warlord situation where if you came back to WoW, there was nothing to do. There are so many things to do in WoW right now that it's almost a little bit overwhelming. So I would say it's a perfectly good time to come back if you want to play WoW. If you can find yourself a group of people to raid with, that's even better. The raids have been very good lately. But as always, WoW is still fundamentally the same game. So if you've burned out before and you're not interested in WoW unless it's drastically different, nothing's really changed. There's just more new stuff and things are cool, but WoW is still WoW. WoW will pretty much always be WoW. And if you don't like WoW, then you're probably not going to like Legion. It's the same game, and it's great right now, but it's the same game. Jordan asks, hi Hazel, considering that toy collectors can get a mount for collecting a lot of toys, do you think pet collectors deserve a pet collector only mount? And if you do, what achievement should it be? For example, 1,000 unique pets, and what would the mount be like? I think you said in one of your old videos you'd love a bunny or a deer. Man, I think you're super, super right. I think it would be so cool for us to get a mount. It would be fair. The thing with the toy collector one is the toy collector mount was a reskin. Like, I personally would be over the moon if they added a bunny mount for like 1,000 pets. Yeah, I think 1,000 pets is a lot. Like, I think it's gonna be doable in 7.3, but I feel like 800 would be a better number. It's more achievable, especially for people that don't want to spend money on TCG or shop pets. And it's something that's available in the game already. And also, there's not that many people that have 800 unique pets. Like, what was our last achievement for? I don't remember. I'll have to look that up. But yeah, if I had my way, they would give me a giant bunny ground mount, I would say. It would be neat if it could just like sprout wings and fly, but we don't want to ask for too much here. I would love a ground bunny mount for 800 pets collected. I don't know if they would do it. A deer would also be super cool. You could give me a big skunk. I think more realistically, if they did add a unique mount for a pet collecting achievement, they would probably make it a reskin of something that we already have. But there's no harm in dreaming. So that has been my week. If you have any questions, please leave them as comments on the most recent vlog. I look forward to seeing some of you on this afternoon's live stream. I feel like I'm going to be doing time walking. It's Wrath time walking right now, and I haven't done that yet, so we'll get some people in there and get the 5 dungeons done. Thank you for your patience on the video, friend. I know it's been a little light this last week. I am working on some stuff, I promise. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye!